Celestine
Welcome
Christmas,
one
Conyers,
and all.
Georgia.
Great evening, Celestine from Conyers, Georgia.
Great evening, Dorothy Fleming, Columbus, Ohio.
Great evening to you, Miss Dorothy Fleming. Welcome to our team Zoom. Welcome to each and every one of you. Again, everybody be sure that you have your pen and paper handy. Lots of great information is going to be shared with us this evening. It's the top of the hour. It is time to get us started. So, without any further delay, let me see about, well, I am excited this evening to introduce to you, but really present to you our 3-star founding director, Sapphire ring wearer, trainer, and coach. She loves helping people grow in business, and she is straight out of Atlanta, Georgia. It is my great pleasure to introduce to you and present to all of you, Mrs. Joy Dawkins. Director Dawkins, are you there?
I am here, Renee. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Awesome, awesome. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate we have a new person welcoming everyone. Renee has agreed to host for the next 2 months. She is a goal builder in our company, building her team internationally, doing some amazing things. She loves to travel, she loves to have fun, and she absolutely loves helping people. Servant leader that she is. Thank you so much for all that you do and all that you bring to the team. And I am excited to be here tonight. This is our Thursday Zoom. This is our Zoom, our team Zoom, and we're here each and every Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We discuss different topics in building our businesses. We recommend books and audios, and we're making our cross the waters connection. So I am excited about that. Tonight, we do actually, I want to start with where we ended last week, because last week we talked about follow-up and you had an assignment. It was to read the 7th chapter of GoPro. If you did that, I would love to see you. There's a little reaction down there at the bottom of the bar on your computer, and you can click on that and you can click thumbs up, heart, happiness, all of that good stuff. So if you did read that, and do the homework, okay, good. I see some thumbs up. Very good, very good. I want to spend the first few minutes here because there might be some takeaways that you, reading it again, that you got a chance to, some aha moments, if you will. And for anyone who raised their thumb or raised their hand, you can go ahead and unmute yourself. I see Miss Selena Best.
Yes, great evening. So to share my aha moment, reading chapter 7, was about following up. And, I was like, okay, well, I do follow up. And so I kept reading. And then when it talked about that you should be exposing to set up the next exposure. And I was like, wow, because normally when I'm exposing, I'm trying to close all within that same session. So exposing anywhere from 4 to 6 times before you would even get a new business partner. So my aha moment was, Selena, you are not exposing enough. And so I should not be feeling some kind of way when I'm exposing the first time, maybe even the second time. And the individual feels like, well, I'm not sure about this. And I said, well, I talked to him twice and he still doesn't see it. So I was telling myself that I shouldn't be giving up on him because I'm not doing the work according to Eric Rory of what I am supposed to be doing. So my aha moment was not to give up if you're only exposing 1 or 2 times. And your first exposure is to set up the next exposure. You shouldn't even be thinking about closing on your first exposure.
Awesome. Anybody else? I love that because we do get a little frustrated, like, oh my goodness, or they're, not paying attention, they're not listening to me. And if you adjust and say, you know what, probably it'll be 6 exposures before they agree. Now you can relax and do your job. Anyone else? Any other takeaways from that?
This is Tonda Seasway. And
Yes, ma'am.
one of the things that I love about rereading something is because I always use a highlighter. So this go around, I use a different color highlight. But one of the things that reinforced with me, I mean, I know it, but it helps with the follow-up, that really our job is to help people be educated and get understanding. And if that's what our role is, by doing a lot of follow-ups and different exposures, then we have a whole different approach to people, and we're making sure that they are educated and have a better understanding of what we're showing to them at different times. So it wasn't an aha moment, but it was one of the reinforced moments of rereading this chapter.
Mhm. Good, good, good. Anyone else? Okay. All right. Well, I commend you for following up on the homework, taking away, and I definitely think it will help you if you do the exercises that we ask from week to week. So that being said, we are jumping into this week's topic, which, if you saw the promotion, we are going to talk about testimonies, building your testimonies, creating your testimonies, and also what's the difference between a testimony and your story. So to start us off, I know I have a couple of examples here, and I want someone to share a testimony. And I'll explain what a testimony is, but I've got a couple of people identified that I know they have great testimonies. And if you will, let's start there. Miss Andrea. You're muted. You're muted.
Thank you. Hi, everybody. Good evening. And so I'm Andrea out of Cleveland, Ohio. And my testimony was this past year, I went to Mexico for my birthday. And when I checked in, the agent told me to pick what room I want. So because I'm an agent, I didn't get a room that was already assigned that I paid for. On top of it being, a cheaper rate, FAM rate, saved like $300. So that's one testimony. And then the other was, he actually gave me 6 rooms, showed me 6 rooms and said, you pick which room you want. So I had a couple of criteria, and that's my testimony. It was the bomb vacation. It was last minute, and because I'm an agent, I was able to not only save $300 on my trip, but also got to pick the picturesque view that I wanted for the 5 days that I was there.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, another testimony. Selena Best.
So
Go
my
ahead.
testimony, I'm Selena Best. I'm originally out of Douglasville, Georgia, but I'm actually residing in North Carolina right now. So my testimony is about becoming a goal builder. And the reason why I partnered was because I wanted, additional income, and becoming a goal builder. From that perspective, it opened up 2 streams of income, one on the travel side, having business partners, and on the building a team side of the business. And so from that, I was able to pay for the painting of the exterior of my home. And I know you probably say, well, that was such a big deal for me because I didn't have to go into my savings and take care of that. The goal builder is actually providing for me what I needed it to do. And becoming that goal builder really opened up a lot of doors for me, being able to pay for a lot of things that I probably would have had to save or either go into my savings and take care of.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you, thank you. Okay, so now we're going to structure it. I gave you 2 examples here because I wanted you to kind of hear, but now let me tell you what we're doing. A testimony is when you take one idea and you are sharing why you did what you did, whatever the problem was and whatever the solution was. We have here the testimony. It can be about the business, and it can be on the marketing side, it can be on the travel side. Anything that affects your business can become a testimony. It has on the notes here, the simplest, shortest testimony that there was once I was blind, now I see. And we're all familiar with that. That was a testimony. And when people are asking for you to share a testimony, it is not a close. It is not your story. It is simply a succinct idea, one idea that you're showing. For instance, one of my favorites that I use, and you probably heard it, is because of Planet Marketing. My daughter, who is in college, doesn't have to have student loans, and we don't have to have parent loans. Simple testimony. Someone can call on you, share that, and it's like, wow. It's also something that you can remember, right? A simple testimony. So when people say, okay, what is your testimony? Think of one thing that happened to you because of the business, and that's what you want to share. And the more succinct you can make it, the better. So hopefully you have your paper all ready. I'm going to give you some examples of this. And it says how to give an effective testimony. My name is, you fill in the blank, from wherever you're identifying yourself. Anytime you're about to speak, go ahead and identify yourself. People want to know who you are. That's on a Zoom, that's in person, that's on the phone. They want to know who you are. In this example, it says, my name is whoever, and I am from wherever. I have been in business just over a month. Within that short time, I have been able to help a few of my family and friends, and I have already recouped my initial investment. That's a testimony. A lot of times people say, well, I'm very new, I don't have a testimony. Well, what's the first thing you did? I don't know if she is on here or not because Miss Rachel, are you on the Zoom? If you are, unmute yourself.
Yes, I'm here.
Excellent. All right. So I know I am putting you on the spot, but Rachel is about a month old in the business. And yesterday she reached out to me. She wanted to make a booking. Rachel, would you share just a little bit of that? Because this is actually a testimony.
Okay, so yesterday I had to book 2 rooms for a family member. So I'm very, like she said, I'm very new to the business, but it was very exciting and very rewarding. And I just look forward to doing more. Actually, I have 2 more bookings for Mexico and Puerto Rico coming up too. So it was very exciting, and Joy was there to help me all the way through.
So in her testimony for doing the booking, the reason she even called me, because this might be a learning experience for anybody on the line, is she went to the website and it said it will not book. They found the hotel, they found the price, but it wouldn't book. And I said, when is she going? She said, tomorrow. So just so you know, our booking engine doesn't turn around in 24 hours like that. And I said, you know what? You have to call the hotel directly. And that's exactly what she did. So inside of her first month, she was able to help her sister book and get adjoining rooms and get all these perks. And she's excited about her business. That is a testimony from someone who is new. So you don't have to be talking about hundreds and thousands of dollars and millionaires and all of this. It's something that happened to you that you can share, that is genuine out of your business. Thank you, Rachel. I know I put you on the spot, so thank you.
Oh, you're welcome, no problem.
All right, so this is the idea. Simplicity. I want you to think about your experience wherever you are in the business right now and what you could share with someone. I'm going to give you a couple of other examples here. Simple. This is the formula. You kind of fill it in. I was able to experience blank as a result of this. So you were able to experience a trip. You were able to experience residual income as a result of this business. I was able to save or earn a commission. The retail cost was X, Y, and Z. I earned a commission. That's a testimony on that. You often hear me talk about either the family reunion, that I was already on the family reunion committee. We had so many people. I got extra cabins for free and then came home to a commission check. That's a testimony. Let me give a couple of other examples. It allowed me to become a professional parent and attend my children's activities. So that's a testimony to time freedom, giving you your time back. It allowed me to pay off some debt, which has provided peace of mind. I have been able to travel to places that I've only dreamed about. Where have you been? It could be you started this business, joined this business, and now you can take care of your bucket list. That's a testimony. So when people say that, when they're asking for your testimony, it's a succinct idea. Does that make sense? Is that coming across? Okay, all right. So now I would love for people who did not speak, have a couple of more examples of a testimony. Succinct idea, not a whole story, not all the details, not the sky was blue that day and I had on a purple shirt when I was walking. Nope, just the testimony. Okay, any volunteers now that I put those strict rules in place? Yes,
Hey,
ma'am.
Joy, this is Tiffany.
Yes,
How are you?
I'm great. Go ahead.
Awesome. Okay. As a result of my Planet Marketing and teletravel travel business, I was able to experience my first time on an airplane in 35 years.
That's the test.
And
Love
break
it.
my flying.
I love it. Simple. And when you start your testimonies, have a couple in rotation, but that's what you want to say regularly. You don't have to change it all the time. It'll be new to the person that hears it. And then also it helps us because now we know what kind of testimony to expect. I saw another hand. Who else do we have? Go ahead, unmute. Celestine, I see you.
Hi, my name is Celestine Christie, and I was recently in New York for a couple of months. And because of Planet Marketing, lo and behold, my residual income never stopped.
That's a testimony. Very good. All right. Who else do we have? You can go ahead and unmute. Any more?
Hi, Joy.
Hello, hello. Go ahead,
Can you hear me?
Alicia. Yes, I
Yeah.
see you.
Okay. As a result of my business with teletravel marketing, I was able to earn commission and gain more experience with booking with Delta Vacations. And I'd like to give kudos to Anissa Harris for assisting me.
Very good. All right. All right. So that's the concept. That's good. It's a testimony, one succinct idea. So your assignment now is to come up with a couple of these. It can be about time. It can be about your experience. It can be about the marketing side. It can be about the travel side. Whatever it is, go ahead, write them down and practice them. So that when someone says, hey, we need a testimony, you can do your testimony. All right, so now I want to talk a little bit about the difference between the testimony and the story. What is your story? Now, this is important too. You want to have a story. A story is going to talk about your beginning. Everyone has a story. Let me stay focused right here on this. I'm gonna read it and then we'll explain it. Everyone has a story. You have to craft a story or a testimony and simply share it over and over and over again. You can share it on Zooms. You can share it at the hotel meetings or a big convention, from the stage, on the phone when you're doing three-way calls. It is a story. Now, the story is still short, okay? It's still short, but it's going to talk about who you are, where you were what you lacked when you were looking for the business. So what even attracted you to the business, and then making that decision, how it's affecting you and what you see in the future. Now, it's different ways you can slide this depending on if you just started new, or if you're in the middle, or if you're Shedrick White. Okay, but all of it is the story. Now, keep in mind, whatever your story is, that part doesn't change. And I'm going to use our number one income earner because I'm assuming most of you have heard his story. Most of you know he was a waiter at a restaurant before. You know that there were some struggles. You might know a couple of things that happened, like eviction notices and these kind of things on his door during this period. But you also know now, over some years, he is the number one income earner and has earned over $1 million in a 12-month calendar period. That is the complete story, and that's not really going to change. A testimony, you can talk about different things, right? Different aspects. But, you know, I was a stay-at-home mom when I saw this business. You know, that's not going to change. That's just what happened. So when you're crafting your story, you want to take where you were when you saw this, what attracted you, what your experience, and maybe towards the future. So if you just started yesterday, you can't say you've earned $1 million or $2. You just started yesterday, but you can talk about what you expect in the future, how this business is going to allow you to leave your job or allow whatever you desire. That is crafting your story. Now, inside of a story, it might be a testimonial in there, but that story is that introduction, and still, it needs to be still like a minute. We're still not talking about a lot of time here, maybe 90 seconds. Okay, so building the story there. Let's see, I want to make sure. Yeah, okay, all right. So I want you to give some examples. So you know I'm coming that way. We're going to interact on this. Keep your story to anywhere from 45 seconds. This says a minimum of 45 seconds to really 90 seconds is kind of pushing it, but I'm just saying. I know we're practicing right now, so I'll give you a little grace period on that. But the goal with the story, it should be something that is memorable. It happened to you, but it is something that people can identify with. And this will be your story. I encourage everyone, we are going to do a couple of them, but I want you to write out your story as well as your testimony. So that is actually the homework that we're coming out of this. Testimonies, short, one idea. Story is what happened. It just happened. Okay? All right. Any volunteers here, and any volunteers want to share a story? You can
Joy,
come.
this is Norlette out of Crowley, Texas. I'd like to share.
Go ahead.
I was approached by a friend to learn about this business opportunity at a time when my husband and I were struggling financially. I was looking for help. I took the time to hear what my friend was talking about, and I'm glad that I did. It made sense, and I invested right away. Today, we are paying off debt, saving money, and planning our dream vacation. What I know is that this business has allowed me to upgrade to 5-star resorts, meet new friends from around the world, and not be stressed about finances anymore.
I love it. I know you have practiced that. But that was excellent. It covered everything. It's also, so now she could share that on a 3-way call. She could share that from the front of the stage. She could share that on a Zoom. And it's something that people would remember. And so now they're going to associate that. Out of what she said, paying off some things. She and her husband were doing it together. She listened to her friend, and people will find the commonality in that and glean on it. And it'll be like, okay, all right, well, let me listen to this because I can identify with that person. Very good. Excellent, excellent. Who else? Another example. That was great. Anyone? Yeah, Norlette, they don't want to talk now. All right. One more time around. Go ahead and unmute yourself if you, because I have to look at a couple of different pages. I don't want to miss anyone.
Director Dawkins?
Yes.
I'll go ahead and share mine.
Awesome. Go ahead.
So about 5 years ago, I was working 2 jobs and I still wasn't able to pay all my bills on time. So then one day my best friend had invited me to a travel business showcase where I saw the opportunity and got started, and I have not looked back. But since having ownership in the business, I've been able to pay all my bills on time and pay off some debt, as well as quit that second job. And I've also been able to take some amazing trips, like going to Disney. I've gone on cruise. And I know this business is going to enable me to become completely debt-free, save more. And now that I've recently retired from my job, it's going to sustain me through my retirement and beyond, as well as allow me to travel to those destinations that are now on my to-do list and no longer my bucket list, and be able to make upgrades to my home that are needed.
All right, all right. I love this because it's real. Everybody's not going to make $1 million, right? And even if you do, it's not going to happen overnight, but you can start paying some bills the very next month, right? You can start saving right away. And I love that. I love those stories. Everyone, I promise you, everyone doesn't want to hear about all of these large incomes, but everyone wants to know that, oh, wow, this can change this person. This can change this person. It makes it real. So that's why all of your stories are so important and people need to hear them. So for those of you that have not created the story, please let it out. People need to hear your story. A lot of times you're stuck. Oh, I'm on the phone with someone. I don't know what to say. Well, tell them your story. If you've taken the time to do that, it could be that. It's calling up, I haven't talked to you in a while, and you could weave in that story. They're going to ask Christy, what has she done? She recently retired. You recently retired? Yes. How are you doing that? She can weave in her story right there. That's a conversation. That's a touch. That's an exposure. So testimonies, stories are critical to our business. That's all we do. If you notice, we tell our stories and we tell other people's stories. That's all I do. And it helps people to remember. They're not going to remember all those numbers. They don't remember the facts, but they do remember the stories. You all remember my sister's wedding. I know y'all remember that. I say it over and over and over, right? So everybody, you're known for that. You call me, sister wedding. I get calls all the time. But that's what you want. It's no need in reinventing it. other stories that you can bring in. And then if it's not my own story, it's somebody else's. All right. Okay. Any questions on testimonies? All right. I am going to call on Miss Rome because she just looks like she wants to say something.
No, I really don't. I'm
Testimonies,
just,
stories.
no,
What
no,
do you
I
have?
really don't. I'm just smiling because, you know, when the light bulbs go off or people get it and they personalize it, make it authentic. You know, I was texting people, but there's a lot of you to just relax. And everyone has a very authentic story slash testimony. Some of you who have practiced all these and kind of meshed them together, it's very easy to pull out for something. If you need to make a sentence, if it's time for a testimony, if it's time for a story, or whatever is agreed upon during a presentation or what have you, then you're ready and you feel so much more confident. And we used to call them elevator speeches. It's like if somebody says, "What do you do?" and you're in the elevator, what are you going to do? You can like pull out something that's really appropriate and doesn't look rehearsed. So that's all I was doing. I was just smiling.
All right. All right. Excellent. Excellent. Okay. So again, your homework or your assignment is to go write this out. You got a whole week. Don't take a week. Go ahead. It's fresh on your mind now. Testimonies and story. Write it out. If you need some help with it, guess what? Contact your coach. We love this stuff. So definitely. All right. Let's see. Doing well on time. I am going to got quite a few announcements. So let me jump right into that. First of all, okay. Yes. Planet Cares. I am promoting, I'm actually on the board for Planet Cares. That's our nonprofit, of course. And we are going to have Planet Cares Day on March 20th. There are 3 different activities going on. There is a 3-point virtual March Madness contest. There is a free throw March Madness, you know, basketball stuff, contest. And then what I'm going to do, because I'm not doing those 2, but what I'm going to do is the walk. And I'm really excited about this. There is a 1 mile or 5K walk that you can participate in. And I want to kind of turn it into an activity for the team or those people who might be in Atlanta. Bring your mask, we'll be outside. More details on that. But this is where with Planet Cares, you can walk anywhere, honestly. They're saying even if you clock it, you can walk around your house. It depends on, you know, which level of quarantine, what state you're in, all of that. I know y'all have different limitations. And we're just wild and woolly in Georgia there. But anyway, you can go to the foundation, go to www.planetcaresfoundation.org and register for that. It is $35 for the walk. And of course you get a t-shirt because we want to film everything. It's going to be a really fun day. They've got broadcasters. I don't know exactly where they're going to be broadcasting this, but it's going to be an event. And so taking pictures everywhere, video everywhere. You will record your time. There's going to be prizes and all that good stuff. It's actually going to be really fun. I'm excited. At first, I was like, how are you going to pull this off virtually? But it's coming together quite nicely. So I encourage you to support Planet Cares and have a little fun in the process. And that is March 20th. So March Madness, 11th. Let me see, what else? Announcements. Oh, I need to go to director, 1-star director out of Los Angeles, California. Miss Sandy Myrick, are you out there?
I'm here. Can you hear me all right, Director Dawkins?
I can.
Thank you, because you have given me the absolute pleasure of following Planet Cares with Operation Push. Operation Push, ladies and gentlemen on the line, you got it. PUSH is an acronym that stands for Persist Until Success Happens. This is well, you can call it, I call it an incentive, because basically what the company is saying is that for doing what we know to do, they're going to add to the compensation. They're going to go above and beyond and reward you for the work you've done and the results that you have achieved. I love it. Persist until success happens. It started February 1st. It goes to February 28th, but this is the deal. Why now? I can tell you why now is because, do you know that in the last 9 days of January, we had 6 new directors? That means people are looking for this business. They're looking for extra income. And this is the perfect time for you to get out there and do what you need to do. So this incentive goes just like this. For every time that you personally sponsor a rep that is also an ITA during the month of February, your name is going to go into a drawing. There are going to be 5 $1,000 drawings, 5 of them. And there's going to be 1 grand prize drawing of $5,000. So here's the deal. How do you do it? Every time you sponsor 1 rep and ITA, that your name goes into the drawing once. You do 2, guess what? Not only has your name gone in once, but you're going to get 2 additional times that your name goes into each drawing, not just 1, but each of the 5 drawings. So you have a total of 3. You sponsor 3 and you're going to get another 3. Your name goes in, but an additional 3 times your name goes in. I hope that is clear. And if it's not, you got an email on February 1st that explains everything. But the bottom line is your name goes in multiple times, not just I sponsored 3 and I only have 3 entries in 5 drawings. No, I have 6 entries in 5 drawings. Exactly. And the more you do, the better it gets. So the other part of that is, guess what? Like I said, that extra $5,000, that's a big deal, right? So anything over, I think if you do 9, that's it, 9 reps. If you do 9 reps that are also ITAs or ITAs that are also reps, got to be both, then your name goes into the grand prize drawing of $5,000. Is there a catch? Yep, there's a catch. They've got to stay active all the way through, I believe it's the end of March. Make sure if I want to make sure the end of March, but they should be doing that anyway, right?
Right.
Exactly. So I just wanted to say I'm super excited because I always love getting rewarded for something that I was going to do anyway. I love that piece. So Director Doc, 2 more things. In order to assist you, your team is going to have 3 Zooms throughout the week to help you. So you can add on top or invite your partners, your prospects to these Zooms. They're going to be Wednesday, Saturday, and Sunday for sure. Check your team pages for the exact Zoom ID and the exact time. So that's just to help you on top of everything else that you are doing. I'm very excited. I expect to get $1,000. I'm just saying. Back to you, Director Dawkins, in case I've missed.
I love it. I love it. That's good. That's good. I'm excited about it too. It's always, I love contests. It's always exciting. And so that means activity. So awesome. And then those additional exposures, they will be in your team pages. So of course, we already have the regular corporate exposures Monday, Tuesday, Thursday. This coming Saturday, we have the International Locker Room. That's an exposure. If someone has already seen the presentation, get them on our locker room. Let them hear from some of the directors. Let them hear from the founder of the company. Use that. It's the first Saturday. So this coming Saturday is that International Locker Room at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right, what else? Convention. Oh my goodness. Okay, so after our meeting last week, I had someone text me and say, you know what? I'm registered and my team members, they're getting registered too. They were excited. And I am going to call on this young lady just quickly because I want to know, Miss Celestine Christie, why was this important? Why was it important for your team members, for you to get them to register as well?
Because thank you, Joy Dawkins. I think simply because I've been to several conventions and I heard them say, it's always good to have somebody with you. And the first one, I got it. I had no one on my team, but after that, it's lonely. And then when you got to go back, they want to know what happened. What happened? You should have been there. So I want everybody else to get the same experience and the camaraderie. I mean, you get to meet top earners, different classes, and cross-line connections, sideline people in other cities that you may be building a team in. The networking and the contest. You just said something about contests. There's some awesome contests at convention.
Awesome. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. And I did see registrations going on. It is exciting. Just so you know, for those who might say, well, I don't know, it might not. Well, that's okay. Mr. Bradley has promised that if for some reason it does have to be canceled or delayed or pushed back, your money is still good. It will be refunded if you choose or move to the next one. So you don't have to worry about that. That is actually why the hotel is not up yet. Once the hotel goes up, that's a different story. That's out of our hands there. But I can confidently tell you, go get your ticket. Go get prepared. We do believe that by that time, though, with everything that is happening right now that we see with the vaccine and some of the other things and other precautions that are going on at big events, that we should be good. But feel confident, go ahead, get your ticket now because you don't want it to sell out. And it's like, oh man, you want to be there. All right, let me see. Any other announcements? Anything else I am missing? Let's see. Those are my notes.
Director Dawkins?
Yes,
Sorry.
ma'am. Yes.
If I could do some add-on or color commentary on the announcements, here's one thing that we know, and we've been talking about this, promoting it, sharing it, is about promoting events. I like because the company is starting in February this incentive, because we know we always do a March Madness. So we knew in advance as we were going in prior to this. That's why we were setting up so that we have multiple exposures, because we all understand condensing the time frame that we share with folks. That's why we have, the company has the events on Mondays and Tuesday, Thursday. If I get it wrong, you know what I'm saying, everyone, where to go to our official Planet Marketing page. And then with our Wednesday, Saturday, and Sunday call, there's only really one day that if you're doing the work, you don't have something quote unquote live to share. So it helps us all to condense our efforts and be ready for all the new partners you're coming in for March Madness, that we always do something with. And part of the Planet Cares, the camaraderie, all of that is happening. So yeah, first quarter, always very exciting. And the ones who are taking advantage of this are the ones that are helping to see their business, both sides of their business, grow exponentially. So I just had to give my little color commentary as we've already started.
I love it. I love it. Well, I also want to pull up our other one-star director here, Mr. Dorian Joyner. I saw you pop on the line there. I know when it comes to convention, he's always the star of the convention. He's team player of the year, actually. I think he still holds that title since we haven't had another convention. Mr. Joyner, if you would just come forward and speak about convention a little bit, or anything else on our promotion. Okay, maybe not. I saw him pop in, but we might have, oh, okay, I see you're on. All right, he's on, but he's on his phone right now, so no worries, no worries. And, but he is the, the one to go to. All right, so now we're down to our goal builders. And I want you to welcome all of the new people to the team, as well as any promotions that might have happened. I will start that out with welcome to Miss Monique Leslie, who was sponsored by Corel Winters out of Jamaica. Both of them are out of Jamaica, and that made her a silver builder. So congratulations, Miss Winters, for promoting to silver. Yay. Onward to gold. All right. Other goal builders, please unmute yourself and go ahead.
Director Joy Dawkins.
Yes, ma'am.
On behalf of Tyra Perkins, I would like to mention that Sherry Afford, who is out of Roland, North Carolina, sponsored Veronica Davis from Laurinburg, North Carolina. So
Wow.
2 generations down.
All right, that's good. Go deep. Awesome. Who else? Any new people to the team or coming back, circling back around? New people to the team or promotions? Okay, going once, going twice. All right, goal builders, make sure you look at your numbers before the call or your names before the call, because I know that's it, because I know we had more people that got started this week. All right, very good, very good. All right, I will open up any other questions. We're wrapping up. Any other questions, comments, or clarifications before we leave for tonight?
Director Dawkins?
Yes, ma'am.
I don't have any questions or comments, so, but I did want to, what do they call it? Fam bam? Build a meeting from a meeting?
Book a meeting from, yes, go ahead.
So I did want to put a plug in for second Thursday is our travel talk for our business during our Zoom meeting for our team. So we are going to have travel talk next week. So get your partners on. You come back on because it's going to be chock full of information that you're going to be able to use. That's all.
Oh, that's great. Thank you. I actually had that written down, but then overlooked it. So thank you. Anything else? Fantastic. Oh. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is all I have for tonight. I thank you so very much. I appreciate you for spending your time, for sharing your lives, and for building your dreams with me. Have a fantastic evening. Good night, everyone.
Night.
Good night.
Thank you.
Good night.
Good night.
Joy.
Bye.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.